Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's John with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and I'm in the backyard right now. Why am I in the backyard? Because it has a lot to do with what I'm going to tell you. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, and I want to know what you guys think here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. So I'm showing you a pair of shoes right now. And what does that have to do with anything? Well, it has a lot to do with the story at hand I'm going to tell you. And this is a 100% true story. Now, this is coincidentally a pair of Jordans. I don't know a whole lot about them, but if you check out the sold comps, I'll try to put that here on the screen. These in used condition are over $100. Now, again, what does that have to do with the story? Well, guys, it has everything to do with the story. So let me give you a little background here. I would say like 3 or 4 nights ago, I was in the office working, and Jenna comes running in saying, "Hey, some guy is beating his girlfriend up outside." I'm like, what? So I come into the kitchen where she's at, and apparently, because we have a park right behind me, we have a park. So we have a road and then a park. And I guess they were parked at the park. And I come running out, look over the fence across the street, and it's dark out. And he's yelling and screaming at her, right? So I decide, well, that ain't good. So what did I do? I went and got me a bat. Got a bat. And there's a gated area goes around my house right here out to the street to the park. So I went to get my shoes on because I didn't have my shoes on. Went and got the bat, and I walked around, and I was going to tell him to get the hell out of here and leave her alone. I mean, that's the right thing to do, isn't it? Yeah, you don't want to get shot and all that stuff these days, but we don't live in that bad of an area, to be honest with you. So I don't know what the heck was going on, but he was yelling and screaming at her. I didn't hear or witness any physicality. But by the time I got my shoes on and the bat and went walking around the side here, went through the little gate, he was already walking after her. So he's parked over here. So my thought was, I'm going to go over here and get his license plate. But by the time I made my way to open the gate, he was already back towards his car, right? So he bolted out of here. Now, fast forward to the next day, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I think it does, but I don't know. Okay, because we have basketball courts back in this park. We have kids and families. It's a nice, pretty nice park. So Jenna's like, someone threw a shoe over our fence. And so I'm looking at it. I'm like, this shoe. I didn't even look at it, see what it was, because I didn't care at that point. I threw it back over the fence, thinking maybe someone lost their shoe. Maybe some kids were goofing around, and I don't know. I mean, I'm only thinking this was the shoe from the people. Maybe he threw her shoes out of his car. I don't know. So that was the last I thought of it. The next day, Jenna said, yeah, they threw the shoe back over the fence. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I was leaving to go to the storage unit. Now, as I was leaving, I looked over and I saw the shoe on the other side of the fence. I'm thinking, Jenna must have threw the shoe over the fence again. But I said, you know what? Just in case she didn't, on the way back, I'm going to stop and pick this shoe up. So I stop, pick up the shoe, get home, and the shoe is on the other side of the fence where she said it was. So I'm like, okay, we have a pair of shoes here. Okay. That's when I got to the reseller in me kicked in. And maybe that's wrong, guys. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way. Of course, I look at them. I'm like, what are they? What are those? These are Jordans, guys. And see the logo there? Jordans. Jordans. So they're not that bad. They need to be cleaned up a little bit. And you guys know we're doing that for the longest time. We still got shoes. What do you do? I mean, do I put an offer up ad? Hey, someone lost their shoes over my fence. These were definitely thrown out of someone's car or thrown some for. I think it's the incident that happened. That's why I talked about what happened the other day. Maybe he threw her shoes over my fence, was pissed off that maybe he saw us coming out. I don't know, because he beelined it. So, yeah, what do you do? Do you resell them? Because that's what I'm thinking of doing. Now, oddly enough, Josh was talking about, hey, you're not allowed to sell lost and found, but I don't have any way of getting these shoes back to the rightful owner. If they came to my door tomorrow, I'd be like, here, they're yours. Don't throw them over my fence again. But absent of that, and it's not likely at this point, it's already been a few days, you just sell them? They're size 7 men's. I mean, otherwise, what do you do with them? That's my thought. So, short video, but I just thought this was kind of a different situation. Has everything to do with reselling. Do you resell them? Do you just resell them and move on? I don't think many people are ever going to have this kind of a story where they just have merchandise falling out of a tree over the fence. It's certainly, I would rather get it back to the rightful owner, but how do I find the rightful owner? I ain't putting them out any ads. Honestly, it's either really throw it out or resell it, as far as I'm concerned, and that means taking off the laces, cleaning it up real good, and sell it as used, which they are, of course, but they're not bad. There's nothing ripped or torn about these. You know, fairly good condition, aside from the fact that they just got some dirt and grime on them. No rips or tears or anything bad with it. So I don't know. I just want to know what you guys think down below. What would you guys do? And am I right in thinking and if I don't hear back from someone the next few days, list them? I mean, is it any different than going for a walk in the park, finding a hat that was left behind, um, finding $100 bill on the ground? I mean, do you go and look for its rightful owner, or do you, this is in my yard, by the way, so it's not like I'm out looking for junk. This was actually in my yard. So what do you do? And that's kind of where I'm at. Want to know what you guys think down below. Very curious about that. But let me know. Strange situation. Have you encountered a strange situation that netted you something to resell potentially? Now, I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna look and see what you guys think is the right thing to do here, because I'm kind of on the fence. No pun intended. So, want to know what you guys think? Put your comments down below. Sometimes you're gonna have things fall into your lap, and figuring out what to do, what the right thing to do is yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and hopefully something falls over your fence soon. Take care, everyone.